Hey guys, what's up? Welcome back to Magic in the Basement. Today we're doing our second video in the series for the Commander 2018 products. Sorry this took a little longer than I anticipated. I'll be perfectly honest, the enchantment theme of this deck is something I'm not used to. I don't really do enchantments as a theme, so it took me a little longer to actually find upgrades for it. That being said, my upgrades that I've picked probably are not the best. Um, so if you've got better upgrades, leave them in the comments for me and everyone else. Or, just let me know what you think. I like the idea of this deck. I really do. And because it's something I don't normally play with, that's why I was kind of drawn to it, for more ideas. But bear with me on the cards I've picked for the upgrades because, like I said, this normally isn't my cup of tea. Um, that being said, as the other video, I'm not going to talk about upgrades to mana base. It'll run fine with the mana in it, and mana bases can get very expensive or not, depending on what you have and how you're trying to upgrade them. So for that, we're just trying to keep these quick, fast, relatively cheap upgrades. I mean, as you see, it's got green in it. So yeah, we could always talk about enchantments like, doubling season and things of that nature. But those are a bit expensive. So yeah, of course, you could add doubling season to this deck. Would it work well? Maybe. I'm not really an enchantment dude. But is doubling season an expensive card? Yes. It's more on the side of something that we're not trying to go that high into. So that's why I'm not putting it out on my list of upgrades. Alright, so let's get to opening this puppy up. Alright. Now, a couple of people had suggested that I don't do the Planeswalker as the commander, and maybe it would be easier to upgrade. But I wanted to keep it themed with these and just keep the planes for this series at least, and keep the planeswalkers as our primary commander. Because I like the idea of planeswalkers as your commander. All right, there we go. The box again. The planeswalker. Set that aside because, like I said, um, you know, it's big. If you take it out, you know how foils are. They start to warp. The how to, getting started thing, the oversized box, and finally the deck. Alright, let me slide that aside. And like the last one, we're going to look at the deck and see if it's warped or bent in the package, because I've been noticing that happening more often in sealed products. This one and the other one seem to be fine, and I like that. But also in the comments, let me know if you've gotten any that have been warped or bent before you even open it up. Alright, so let's open her up. I've got my perfect fits ready for the foils, because like I said, you definitely want to have them ready. If you plan on keeping these in good condition, the foils at least, you want to have your perfect fits ready so you can double sleeve them as soon as you open it, because the longer they hit the air, the worse they get. Alright, so we'll do that quickly, and then we'll get back to checking out what's in the deck. Alright, pop it open. Now, I really wish they would get the foiling process to a better standard, as I'm sure pretty much everyone who plays Magic. Because don't get me wrong, the reason why I've said in the past over and over I don't like foils isn't because of they're not cool. Foils are pretty. They look shiny. They catch your eye. They're awesome looking. It's just I don't like the way they bend and warp on you. That's the reason why I don't care for foils. Dude, if they could perfect the foiling process so it didn't warp and bend on you like crazy. I'd be the biggest fan of foils there is. All right, so we got them in their protectors. So let's take a look. First, we've got the Planeswalker. This is going to be our headliner because I want to keep the theme of the Planeswalker as our commander. She is 1 green, blue, white, so 4 mana. Her +2, she comes in with 3 loyalty. Her +2 effect is untap each enchanted permanent you control. That's good for if you enchant lands or say like creatures, kind of give them a pseudo vigilance. -1. Create a white aura enchantment token named Mask. Attach to another permanent. Attach it to another permanent. The token enchanted permanent. Blah, blah, blah. The token has enchanted permanent and totem armor. Okay, so I probably butchered the reading of that. Sorry. What it does is you -1, you give something a enchantment, and the enchantment is totem armor. Totem armor, it pretty much says if you were to destroy the enchanted whatever, generally totem armor is a creature thing. So normally it says if an enchanted creature would be destroyed, destroy totem armor instead. Now this lets you enchant anything with that, so it kind of gives you some protection. All right, and then we got -7. Put the top 7 cards of your library into your graveyard. Return all non-land or all non or enchantment cards from your graveyard to the battlefield. Then do the same for aura cards. Huh. Okay, so you get all your regular enchantments back, and then you get all your aura enchantments back. So I guess you get the regular ones and then the auras, so you have targets for the auras. I'm taking that. All right, pretty good, Commander. We'll set her aside. Now you got 2 other options here. We got Kestia. Again, one colorless, a green, a blue, and a white. So 4. And now I skipped the block with all the enchant creatures that are enchantments, like the Theos block or whatever. So this is kind of interesting to me. It's a creature, but it's also an enchantment for a creature. If you pay the bestow, which is 3, a green, a white, and a blue, this card, if you cast this card for the bestow cost, it's an aura spell with enchant creature. It becomes a creature again if it's not attached to a creature. So you can enchant it to something for 6 mana and give it a 4/4. And then when that creature dies, it just falls off of it instead of going to a graveyard. It becomes a 4/4 creature itself. Okay, now it's got an ability. Whenever an enchanted creature or enchantment creature you control attacks, draw a card. Not bad. It's got some card draw. Pretty good card draw. And then we got the one that people arguably say is the better commander for the deck. Travasa. Okay? Travasa gets +1/+1 for each enchantment you control. Sorry, she's a green, a blue, and a white. So 3 mana for a 1/1. She gets +1/+1 for each enchantment you control. And whenever you cast your first enchantment, each turn draw a card. Pretty good stuff. Alright, so that is something I'm glad. You get masks. You actually get mask tokens for her -1. See, it's got the enchant, and it's got the totem armor on there. That's nice. And they're double-sided with beasts, trampoline beasts, and they feel pretty good. They're pretty thick. They're like on actual Magic card stock paper. Then you get some cats, some angels, some cars. I mean, they're double-sided, so you get quite a variety. But I like these. I like the ones that. I like the fact that you actually get the masks. You get 4 masks, so that's pretty cool. All right. I think this unicorn was in the other one too. I don't know. They're just trying to give you a loyal unicorn in like every freaking deck, it seems, that's got white in it. So that one we're going to take out. Just for something to take out for our upgrades later on. Alright, so that's our first one we're taking out. We've got a loyal Drake. So I guess all the loyal cards is like a cycle, and they all have lieutenant. This one, if you control your commander, draw a card at the beginning of combat. Not too horrible. It's flyer. Yep, and this is the other loyal lieutenant. Beginning of your combat, if you control your commander, put a +1/+1 on each creature you control. I like them. I'm just taking them out to make room. Honestly, if I see there's worse cards, I might put them back in. This one's destroy target artifact or enchantment. If it was skipped, draw 2 cards. There's a lot of enchant creatures in this deck. So you have a lot of things, a lot of enchant creatures, stuff to put on creatures. There's not a lot of control like board wipes or spot control in the deck. So that might be something you would like to put in yourself, depending on what kind of player you are. Just something to keep thought. Some people like more board wipes and spot control. Some people don't. This one's an aura that when it comes into play, draw a card, and it's got enchanted creature has protection from creatures. Not too bad. I actually like this one for other decks. I might hijack this card out of here to put it into a ninja deck. This one is a 6 mana for an enchantment creature, human wizard. 3/2. Creatures you control have flying. Creatures your opponents control lose flying and can't have or gain flying. So that's pretty awesome for an uncommon. I like it a lot. I'm going to put that into my ninjas deck because then you'll have flying ninjas and then your opponents can't block them because they can't have flying creatures. I like it. I like it a lot. Another aura. 1/1, totem armor. We're going to find lots of auras in here. Like this is like the vowels. There's like vowels in different colors. You pretty much enchant your opponent's creature with it, and then they can't attack you or planeswalkers you control. So it's kind of like, here, I'll make your creature bigger. Just don't hurt. You can't hurt me with it now. So go hurt somebody else. That's not a bad thought. Not something I would necessarily do. There's a lot of enchantment slash creatures in here, so that they get the synergy off of the cards that say play enchantments. We have creature, this basic creature, but it gets bigger for each aura on the battlefield. We've got an enchantment land. Now, I wanted to go over these because I put a couple of these extra into the deck. These are good because they enchant your land. You get the bonus on it, which in this case, it adds extra mana. But then, with your commander's ability, and since the land is enchanted, it untaps when you +2. Okay, fertile ground, similar thing. Enchant your land, get bonus stuff. This one's like digging for enchantments. You just look at 6 cards and put your enchantments in your hand. Another enchant land. One, some destruction, artifact destruction, or enchantment destruction. This is one of the Umbras, which is a totem armor thing. All the Umbras, I believe, have totem armor, I believe. I'm surprised they don't have Rancor in this. I mean, I would put Rancor in this. There we go. That's an upgrade. I don't have a Rancor, sadly. I know it's uncommon. But I would put Rancor in this deck. Just saying. Another enchant land. Creature that cares about your how many enchantments are on the field. They brought back the charms. I like the charms. I always did. Enchant creature, 2/2, trample and lifelink. I like this. I'm going to set this aside because that's going to go on a creature that I think has a win condition in this deck. Soul Ring, it's in every deck. Some mana. Oh, it's only 3. I picked up exactly 3. Okay, there we go. This one's a 6 mana sorcery. When you cast a spell, copy it each time you cast your commander. Create a 4/4 angel token with flying. It's interesting. This card I like. This one's 6 mana. For 3/6, flying double strike. It's an angel. Not only is the freaking art awesome, but we'll get to the abilities. Like I said, flying double strike. When it enters the battlefield, you may attach any number of ores and equipments to it. Other creatures get +1/+1 for each ore and equipment attached to Heavenly Blade Master. So this sucker can get huge. Like, if you got a bunch of ores and equipment, I mean, it just draws them all to it, buffs everybody else, and then it's like, I got flying and double strikes almost smack in the face for like a bazillion. Here's the one, like I said, that each deck has one of the name of the commander, kind of like their signature card. This one's 3 mana, and it's an enchantment. You may have Estrid's invocation enter the battlefield as combi of any enchantment you control, except it gains at the beginning of upkeep. You may exile this enchantment. If you do, return it to the battlefield under its owner's control. So this is kind of like a shapeshifter for enchantments. So every upkeep you get to pick a new enchantment, keep the one you got, or pick a new one, and it becomes that enchantment. Alright. Another enchantment. Whenever a creature you control attacks and or you or a planeswalker you control, or one or more creatures, draw a card. Simple stuff. We've got another Umbra, again with totem armor, so another enchantment. And this one is one of those every time you cast your commander ones, it reveal top card of your library until you reveal a non-land permanent. Put that card on the battlefield, and put all the cards revealed this way on that weren't on the battlefield to the bottom of your deck. Search card, pretty much. This one is iffy. It's kind of card draw. It's 3 mana. Your commander, it's an enchantment. Your commander costs 1 less, colorless, each time you cast it from its the command zone. And then whenever your commander is put into the command zone from anywhere, draw a card. It's iffy. I'm actually going to take this one out for upgrades. I may put it back in if I see worse ones, but we'll see what happens. We got the giant. Oh my goodness, an enchanted creature giant. 7 mana, constellation. Whenever Nihilia's, whatever, Colossus Or another enchantment enters the battlefield under control. Double target creature's power and toughness until end of turn. The dude is huge. He's got a big old hammer, and he's ready to mess some stuff up. Now, I'm going to say that's pretty cool. It's like it can double target. I'm gonna set that aside too for the thing I'm gonna get to later. All right, we got a slime. Can't be blocked by 2 or less. And opponent controls. Dies, exile it, and put a 1/1. Basic slime shenanigans. Oh, this one can be your not the other commander. I like this card a lot because I may try to do a deck around it by itself. I'm not going to pronounce its name because I'll butcher it. Just going to call it Slumbering Isle. And I'm sure we'll all know it's the Kraken, the 12/12 Kraken. Slumbering Isle enters the battlefield tapped to 5 Slumber Counters on it. It's 4 mana. 2 colorless, a green, and a blue. As long as it has a Slumber Counter on it, it's a land. It's not a creature. Whenever you cast a spell, remove a Slumber Counter from it. And it taps for a green and a blue. So this could be your commander. So you can put it down. It's going to give you mana. Later on, it's going to come out big and smash stuff in the face. Think about a Voltron deck with a commander that starts off as a 12/12 off the bat. Good gravy. That's bigger than the Elder Dragon. That means you only have to hit somebody with this sucker 2 times. 2 times. So if it's commander damage, if you get the sucker in on the same person 2 times, they're dead. Just something to think about. So, I mean, like, you could put it down if you got if you got something that makes it unblockable, GG. That's all I gotta say. Alright. This is the boy I was talking about. Hydra Omnivore. 6 mana for an 8/8. Right there, enough said. 6 mana, 8/8. I like it. Whenever Hydra Omnivore deals combat damage to an opponent, it deals that much damage to each other opponent. Think about that. Whenever it hits one dude, it hits everybody. That's amazing. For an 8/8, 6 mana, you set that aside. That's the guy I was talking about. So think about that. If you got him in play, and he doubles something's power whenever you play an enchantment, and then you got this in play, and you play an enchantment, you could make this a 16/16 and smack everybody for 16 damage. Okay? If you throw something like this on it, it becomes a 10/10, but lifelink and trample. That smacks everybody. So you're swinging at one person, pick somebody who doesn't have a blocker, or whatever, and if it's got lifelink and trample on it, you're going to be getting 30 life back, even if they block, because of the lifelink and the trample. Amazing. I love this. This is a win condition in itself, and I'll show you why later. Even without anything, like you put like 1 or 2 things on it, it's gonna smash face. All right, we got another legendary creature. It's an angel. 6 mana. Sorry, 6 mana for 5/5 flying vigilance. Whenever Bruna, Light of the Alabaster. Oh my God, is this a reprint? This one sounds a lot. I don't know. It sounds like something from Avison. Could be wrong. If I am, excuse me. If I'm not, I just remember the name Bruna on the Alabaster. Anyway, attacks or blocks, you may attach it to attach any number of ores to what? You may attach to it any number of ores on the battlefield. You may put onto the battlefield attach. Hold on, this is kind of confusing. When Bruna attacks or blocks, you may attach to it any number of ores on the battlefield, and you may put onto the battlefield attached to any number of ore cards that could enchant it from your graveyard or hand. Oh God. So she pretty much says when she attacks or blocks, you can put, if you got stuff in your hand or graveyard, you can just attach it to her. If it's in play, attach it to her. If I'm wrong about this ruling, I'm sorry. Let me know in the comments. It's got a lot of text, and it's kind of interesting how it's worded, but it's got vigilance and flying as well. I'm going to say it's a good card. Alright, we got a Cat Soldier and a Johnny's Chosen. 4 mana, 3/3. Whenever enchantment enters battlefield in control, create a 2/2 white kitty cat. If that enchantment is aura, you may attach it to a token. Not bad, not bad. So as you can see, lots of token or shenanigans. Here's another enchantment creature with the bestow mechanic. This one's a full. I think they're all 4/4s, but this one has first strike and flying. As you can see, not a lot of board wipes or stuff. That kind of control. Create X1 white tokens. If X is 5 or more, destroy all other creatures. It's kind of like a board wipe. Phyrexian Rebirth, board wipe. This one I like because you get angel tokens whenever you play an enchantment. 4/4 angel tokens and a deck that's full of enchantments. I'll take some of that. This one it's 7 mana, but it returns enchantments from your graveyard to the battlefield when it attacks. We got destroy all creatures. They can't be that aren't enchanted. They can't be regenerated. So it's like it blows up stuff that's not yours if you play it right. Like if you play it when you got all your stuff enchanted up. It's good stuff. This one's an enchantment with flash. Beginning of each player's draw step, that player draws an additional card. It's got flash, so you can play it at the end of your opponent's turn when it's about to be your turn. So you get the effect first. I like it. I do like that one. Another Umbra. So it's another totem armor. Umbra thing. Satyr. This one's another bestowy one. That's a creature. It's also an enchantment. This one choose a permanent type, return all cards of chosen type from the graveyard to your hand, and it's got flashback on it. I guess a way to get enchantments back. This one's pretty cool. Constellation. Whenever Idiana blossoms or another enchantment enters battlefield and you control, draw a card. 4 mana for 2/2. I like this guy. So a lot of draw mechanic. We got an Enchantress Presence. Enchantress is present, sorry. Whenever you cast an enchantment, draw a card. Very strong in this deck. We got a flash enchant creature gets 5/5 and trample. If you put that on this Hydra, it just gets bonkers. We got an enchantment when it comes in the battlefield, draw a card. Cards in graveyards can't be targeted spells or abilities. I like this. Shuts down a lot of recursion decks. I always like to have like 1 or 2 pieces of recursion hate for decks like Multani, or not Multani, the Marin, and the new one from Dominaria. The one, he's like a big undead tree thing that you bring stuff back every turn. You guys know what I'm talking about. Enchantment spells you cast cost 1 less to play whenever you cast enchantment, gain 1 life for 2/2 for 2 mana. Alright. Enchantland has create a 5/5 green beast token with trample. This is 6, 7, 8 mana. Holy crap. A whole lot of mana. But it's an enchant land, so like if you late game you put this on a land, you tap it, get that 5/5. Then with your commander ability, you can untap it, tap it again to get a 5/5. So you're getting like 2 5/5s on that turn. It can be pretty cool. You got a Island Walker. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, you may draw that many cards. So pretty much you want to put some enchantments on it, make it bigger so you can draw more cards. Another legend. Okay, we got some pretty good legends in here. It can't be blocked by creatures power 3 or more. Whenever it deals combat damage to a player, exile the top card of that player's library. You gain life equal to a converted mana cost. Until end of turn, you may cast a card, and you may spend mana as though it was mana of any color. Not bad. 3 mana for a 2/2. We got Elder Scion, Trample Lifelink. Spells you cast that target it cost 2 less. Spells your opponent casts that target it cost 2 more. Not bad, actually. Not bad. Another one. So this is kind of like an aggro-y deck. You know, it wants you to get the creatures out there and attach stuff to it, make them stronger, and just beat face. Enchantment that was exalted. Let's see this one. Enchant creature. It gets +1/+1 for each card in your hand. Beginning of your draw step, enchant creature's controller that player draws a card. 5 mana. I don't like it. I'm gonna take that one out. Sorry. Moss Bridge, mana, 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 mana. I do like some of the arts on these though. Mana, mana. This might just be all the mana. It very well be. It might be. Yep, that's all the basic manas. Alright, now we're going to get the unbasic manas. Pretty basic stuff, even for the unbasic. You got, you know, your it comes into play tapped ones, your balanced ones, your command tower. You know, pretty basic package. Nothing to, you know, blow your mind kind of thing. Like I said, you could easily upgrade this, but you don't need to. It will run off of it. Alright, and then we got the little card that gives you some ideas. So, we've taken out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 cards. I'm going to pump that up to 10. We'll find out 5 more to take out. Pump it up to like 10. Let me slide by the mana, because like I said, manas are fine. You can upgrade them if you want, but that's your call. See, like with this kind of deck, it's harder for me because honestly, like I like this card, but I'm not gonna. I don't think it means a lot of recursion, so I'm gonna take this out. And it's very expensive. But like I said, the whole enchantments thing is not my deal. I like the concept. I do like the concept. It's just not something that I'm really used to. And that's why it's a little harder for me to pick the, you know, the does it make the grade or not kind of thing, because I could be personally missing synergies that you guys might not be. If that be the case, let me know. We'll take this guy out as well, the Ooze. Again, not a bad card. I just think it's one of the ones that will get cut. Okay, keep that. Yeah, there's so many good cards that are like iffy to me. I'm not sure to do it or not. Alright, I'm going to set this. I'm not taking that out. I'm setting that down. Oh, yeah, the vowels. Taking the vowels out because they're an interesting idea. I just honestly don't think it's worth it. You know, to just kind of say, hey, I want to make your creature bigger, but you can't attack me, but you can attack somebody. I mean, if that's your cup of tea, go for it. You know, if you're like the political guy who likes to make wheels and deals and like, hey, you know, don't do this and I won't do this to you, go for it. I just don't think, you know, it's something that I would do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Still only at 9. Good gravy. All right. I think there was that one card that I didn't quite like. This guy, the Exalted one. I've never been a fan of the Exalted stuff unless it's a Voltron. It's style, so I'm gonna take that guy out. All right. Now, like I said, these cards are not necessarily bad. They're actually, some of them are really good. I just don't think that they'll be fitting with the playstyle of the Planeswalker Commander itself. Okay? Alright, so for upgrades, as soon as I saw blue, white, and enchantments, I thought of propaganda. You know, it's a simple 3-mana enchantment, but it's very defensive. Creatures can attack you unless they pay 2 colorless mana for each creature attacking you this way. And then you got Ghostly Prism, same thing in white. So those 2 of my suggestions off the bat. Okay? Now, it doesn't have a lot of control in it. So feel free to add more control if you choose to. I mean, it's blue-white. You could add, you know, Wrath of God, Day of Judgment, Fumigate, you know, Settle Wreckage. All sorts of white, you know, board wipes. If you choose to. Blue, you could add like Cyclonic Rift to it. I think that's a great card. But see, I play a lot of control, so in my mindset, like I go down the rabbit hole, and then before you know it, it's not an enchantment deck, it's a control deck. So I have to be careful. This is one of the cards I would like to add. 5 mana enchant creature. You control enchanted creature, and the enchanted creature gets infects. Now, the reason why I added that isn't necessarily to steal a creature, but it's to put it on the Hydra. Put it on your own creature. Give your Hydra infect, okay, and then give it +2/+2 lifelink and trample. So that's a 10/10 lifelinking trample infecting Hydra that hits everybody when it attacks. Okay, that has to be dealt with immediately, or people lose the game immediately. So if you don't put it all on it until you can attack. So like let your Hydra out there, test the waters. If they don't do anything, throw that stuff on there and smash face. That's why I like that. Okay, so those are 3. Also, you know, you can have it in there to steal another creature if you don't have your Hydra or they killed your Hydra. Now I have to look through here real quick for the enchant lands, the land enchantment ones, because that was one of my things that I'm gonna put in here, and I don't want to put 2 of the same one in here. So give me 1 second to just look at that real quick. Okay, we got Overgrowth. We've got Fertile Ground. We've got Dawn's Reflection. Alright, and that might be it on... Oh, and Wild Growth. Okay, so we got 4 enchant land ones. Now, I like these. Oh, I mean, for mana, at least. The other one was that big creature one. Alright, so... I had Fertile Ground on there, so we're going to take that one off because we can't have 2 of the same one. But you can have things like New Horizons. It's an enchant land that when it comes into the battlefield, put a 1/1 on target creature you control. And then enchantment has tap it to add 2 mana of any color to your mana pool. So with your commanders +2, you can untap it. I was going to add Tragic Poet because he's a 1/1 for 1. Sacrifice him, return target enchantment card from your graveyard to your hand. It kind of pulls a little recursion for an enchantment that you may need the most. Put Beast Within because it didn't have a lot of spot removal or removal control, and Beast Within is pretty good because 3 mana for an instant, destroy a permanent. They get a beast, but it's any permanent, you know. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, one thing I liked about it is these sagas. Like if you add sagas, the sagas are enchantments, so they work off the enchantment thing. And if you ever ultimate your commander, you can just get your saga back again and replay it, double or a lot of value there. I picked this one because it's a 2 mana enchant creature. Enchant creature gets +1/+3. Now I picked it because you can pay 1 white and return it to its owner, the enchantment to its owner's hand. So you could play it over and over again, especially if you have the card draw stuff out. That's an easy, you bounce it to your hand. Next turn, you play it again for 2 mana, bounce it, return. You get the picture there. So you're getting, card draw. Once you have those card draw cards out, you're getting consistent card draw. So it's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. It's 8 out of our 10. And remember, these are just suggestions because you guys might find ones that are way, way better, I added the Sledge. It's an equipment. It's 3 mana, gives enchanted creature, equipped creature 2/2 lifelink and trample. I did that because I liked it on the Hydra, the lifelink and trample idea. And that's the same reason why I suggest the Loxodon Warhammer, because lifelink and trample on the Hydra is cool. Also, the Angel, you know what I mean? If you put those on the Angel then has flying, double strike, lifelink, and trample. And it gets equipped to it just for being played. So that's something to think about. Now, that's my 10. There are other things there's one enchantment card that turns all your enchantments into creatures for the converted mana cost. I'm not really sure how much that card costs. I think it's called Opalescence. It's an older card from the Beaker set. I think that was Urza's Destiny. Correct me if I'm wrong. Sorry. It's one of the older sets. So yeah, and then you could do, I like this a lot. The Seal Away. It's the Flash enchantment. It comes into play. Exile tapped creature until this leaves play. So I do like that. You can do things of that nature with it. There's tons of enchantments out there that can make this deck run better. I don't know them all offhand. Like I said, I skipped that block of Theos, I think it was, where they had a lot of the god enchantments that were creatures as well. And, they were dormant until you had Devotion. So you could look those up. They are pretty good, and they are all enchantments as well as creatures. And they all do some bonkers stuff. I don't think they're very expensive. I could be wrong. I skipped that block, so I could be wrong. I don't think they're expensive. So yeah, these were the ones I said you could add in. These are the ones I was saying take out. So these, like I said, and all of these upgrades, they're suggestions to you guys. In the end, it's if you enjoy playing the deck. if you enjoy growing new stuff. These were just suggestions that you could do quickly, easily, cheaply to try to give your deck a little edge. Um, so yeah, like I said, with white I had to be careful. I mean, with the blue I had to be careful not to turn it into a complete control deck. You know, with like counter spells out the wazoo, just draw, 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 counter, counter, control. Because I knew that wasn't the theme of the deck, so I didn't want to go there. Um, so yeah, I hope you liked the video. I want to point out I really like this card, especially with Infect. Just want to say that. Put Infect on this puppy. Like if you're doing green, black Infect, get Tainted Strike, let me swing for the win. I like that card a lot with Infect. I won't lie. A lot of people don't like Infect, although Infect is rather hard to win with. You can maybe knock out one or two people, but you lose your steam real quick. Anyway, yeah, or like I said, this was as the commander being your planeswalker. You can make a much better deck with this as your commander, in my opinion, because this actually worries more about auras, and this just cares about enchantments in general. So just something to keep in mind. But with the actually this as your commander can be good too. They're all three good commander choices. I just wanted to keep the themes of these as the Planeswalker as the headliner, just because I like Planeswalkers as headliners in general. I like that thought. So, just brew around with it. Keep the suggestions I said in mind. And if you got better suggestions or better thoughts or ideas, leave them in the comments. Tell me if you like this deck, if you don't like it, how you would brew with it, etc. Personally, out of all the legends in it, I would probably make a deck around the Slumbering Isles. Just my thought. And I probably will try that. I'm still working on my ninja deck. I want to get that sucker rolling. To talk to you guys about it. So yeah, I hope you liked the video. I'm gonna try to get another one out tomorrow on another color, unless again, if I hit something I'm not used to or whatever, it may take a little longer. Might take an extra day to do some research on it. But I hope you guys enjoyed, and I will see you next time on Magic in the Basement. Leave me a comment. Let me know what you think, etc. Have a good night, and I'll see you next time. Doo-doo-doo.